Hi. Oh, I don't know where my. Okay, there it is. Hi. Gonna be honest. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do the live reading sprints today because I um I don't know how long she's gonna stay asleep. She's been having a little bit of a difficulty sleeping. I'm gonna be honest. She has not been the best sleeper lately. She's 9 weeks old, so I think she's going into a bit of a sleep regression. So it happens, though. It happens. And I do have, I'm sorry, I'm taking a picture so that I can post on the Instagram, but I do have my book. There we go. I do have my book that I'm reading. I am going to be reading The Picture of Dorian Gray, and I'm not far into it, as you can see. I just started it yesterday, but then I didn't read a physical book for that long. Live reading sprints happening now. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like just trying to get this posted so that, I can just start reading. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go to link, copy that URL, paste it, get that in there. Okay, great. We're done. And we're done. Okay, fantastic. Also, let me go to the Discord channel real fast. News. Live reading sprints happening now on YouTube. Amazing. We're good. We're done. That's all I needed to do. Okay, so I don't know how long she's going to stay asleep because we've been having a little bit of a hard time lately. Although last night she did have a good sleep. She slept for 3 hours, like straight. She straight slept for 3 hours. Am I saying this correctly? Anyways, she slept for about 3 hours last night, and that was a huge deal for me because that means I got to sleep for 3 hours, and it was fantastic. And then this morning we woke up around 4:28, I believe, and that was it. We were up for the day, so it's fine. It's fine. It really truly is. I'm very excited because she slept for that length of time, and that was good. We had a really good long feeding last night, and I think that helped and that contributed. Also, sometimes I don't know if you guys are even interested in this information, but I'm just very excited that I got a little bit of extra sleep. And then this morning, my husband woke up a little bit early, so I was able to shower this morning. I mean, honestly, 3 hours sleep, a shower, like you have no idea. I feel so good today. Like I feel so on top of it just because of those two things that happened. Let me actually open up the blinds really fast because oh, it is really nice out actually right now. I mean, it's cold, but it looks like so pretty because it's like good weather. It's nice and sunny. I'm very happy. I love it when it's like nice out. We'll probably go for a walk later today. We should do our walks around 10 a.m., but I'm doing the reading sprints. So we'll probably do them later. And then after this, if you guys join the Discord server, we on Saturdays at 12:30. So about 30 minutes after this, because I feed her after this, I feed her. And then about 30 minutes later, we're going to do the book club book on Discord, and we're going to talk about Pictures of You, which I have been reading and is super interesting. I'm having a very good time with it. So that I'm excited about. And then, of course, we are buddy reading The God of the Woods, but I haven't started it yet because we don't have our books yet. So we're going to start that on Tuesday together. It's also very exciting. And yeah, start reading. Oh, also, I am 200 pages into The Hunger of the Gods, and it's so good. I absolutely love John Gwynn's writing, and I feel like the Bloodsworn trilogy is just one of my favorite trilogies at the moment. I mean, I'm only on book 2, so maybe book 3 absolutely bombs, but I am loving book 2, and I'm very happy about that because I read The Priory of the Orange Tree, and that was a 5-star book for me. But when I read A Day of Fallen Night, which is the sequel or the prequel, yeah, it's the prequel to A Priory of the Orange Tree. When I read that book, it fell so short for me. Like, I was like, this is not the same author. If you told me that the author actually got into a really bad accident and this is a ghostwriter, I would believe you because it was horrible. Like, I didn't like it. It was the difference between the two, The Priory of the Orange Tree. Hi, Linka. I was just talking about The Priory of the Orange Tree and how much I love it, but I do not like A Day of Fallen Night. Have you read The Priory of the Orange Tree yet? Or have you read both books, or have you read none of the books? There's no spoilers, but the okay, so in I really loved Priory of the Orange Tree. That was a 5-star read for me, but I could not get into the second book. I did not like it at all. And I was saying how ooh, okay. I really like her as an author. I think she's a fantastic author. But I felt like the second book in The Priory of the Orange Tree was no longer a fantasy book. It was just a romance book with some fantasy elements. And it was very, very long. But I just didn't like it. I was not a fan of it. I was like, I don't think this is the one for me. But I loved the first one. The first one, 5 stars. I still talk about that book to this day. I talk about it in the prospect of like how to do incredibly poetic, gifted lines that like take you into another world. I love it. I talked about it with my husband a lot, and my husband's not a reader. And he's just like, that's great that you love this book. Can we talk about something else? But anyways, I am reading The Picture of Dorian Gray right now. 2 of my friends have already read this, and they were like, you have to read this book. So that is what I'm reading. And you're reading The Bone Season. Is that one? I can't remember what that one. Is that a trilogy? I think it's a trilogy, right? No? Samantha Shannon? You know it's good writing. Oh, okay. Okay, so you work on your thesis. I'm going to get some reading in. Oh, I thought it was a trilogy for some reason. Why did I think that? Also, do you see, like, this book is kind of thick, but it's actually only, hold on, I'll tell you. It's actually only this, and it's not even this. It's actually only this. There's so many extra pages. It's actually it's just this big. But anyways, okay, I'm going to start reading, and you can work on your thesis, and then I guess we'll go for 45 minutes, and then I'll see you at 10, and, hang out for a second, and then we'll go back to reading. Sound good? I don't have any music, by the way, because I have to use this laptop. I had OBS on my other laptop, but for some odd reason I can't use it. So I apologize. There's no music. I wonder. That's fine. Hey, thanks for showing up. We're just reading right now. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We're reading right now. What are you reading? Well, actually, I'm reading. Blank is working on her thesis. Ooh, that sounds very interesting. I hope you enjoy that. I'm reading The Picture of Dorian Gray, and it's so funny because I think this guy just called him ugly, but in like the nicest way possible. Oh, I love it. And you know what? This edition was $7. Like it's $6.95, which is, I mean, brilliant. So I love it though. I saw it at the bookstore and I was like, oh, I need this one. I was gonna get the penguin. What is it? Penguin Random House, Penguin Class, whatever it is. I was gonna get that one, but this one was cuter. So, have you read The Picture of Dorian Gray? I'm on page 7, where like, well, I guess you wouldn't know, but he says he's like, this guy painted. His name's Basil. Painted a painting, and one of the men are like, "Oh, you should submit that," and he's like, "No, I'm not going to send it anywhere." And he's like, "Why not?" And he's like, I he's like, "I know you will laugh at me, but I really can't exhibit it. I put too much of myself in it." And then, and then he says, "Too much of yourself in it? Upon my word, Basil, I didn't know you were so vain, and I really can't see any resemblance between you and with your rugged, strong face and your coal black hair and this young Adonis who looks as if he was made out of ivory and rose leaves. But my dear Basil, he is a narcissist, and you, well, of course you have an intellectual expression and all that. But beauty, real beauty, ends where an intellectual expression begins. Intellect is in itself a mode of exaggeration and destroys the harmony of any face. The moment one sits down to think, one becomes all nose or all forehead and something horrid. Look at the successful men in any of the learned professions. How perfectly hideous they are. Your mysterious young friend, whose name you have never told me, but whose picture really fascinates me, never thinks. I feel quite sure of that. He is some brainless, beautiful creature who should always be here in winter when we have no flowers to look at, and always here in summer when we want something to chill our intelligence. Don't flatter yourself, Basil. You are not in the least like him. I'm pretty sure he just called him ugly. It's so funny. Hmm. You should definitely read this book. It's very funny so far, and I like it. There's a lot of good quotes in here. I love that quote. Is that from Beneath the Scarlet Sky? That's lovely. That's really lovely. I love that. I love a good quote. I love a good quote. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I'm like, it's a historical fiction about World War II. It's not going to be a joyous one. Yes, she is. She's napping. She's fast asleep. I don't know how long she's going to stay asleep because, you know, last night wasn't like the best. She slept for 3 hours last night, which is great, but she hasn't been sleeping like a lot lately. So I don't know how long she's going to be asleep for now. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. But I am, yeah, my hair's caught in my earring. There we go. But we'll see how long she lasts. I plan on feeding her after this. So, yeah. I don't know if this is meant to be a comedic, but she's a peacock in everything but beauty. I don't know where he got these lines from. I don't know. It's so funny though. Dang, that is good. That is a good quote. The best thing is to grieve for the people you loved and lost, and then welcome the love, the new people life puts in front of you. Dang, that's so good. That's so good. I swear, these books, yeah, it's a rough time out here for us readers. I gotta look at my book, Maury, see how much I have read so far. Okay. A little sleepy. What is. Okay. Oh, wait. This is this is a comedy. This book is a comedy. You should definitely put this on your February TBR. And it's fast. It's like a really fast read. Um, like I was talking about this earlier. Hold on. So Dorian Gray starts here. So this is not Dorian Gray. That is not the story. And then it ends like 200 pages later. Literally. Oh my gosh. Oh. So this is the whole book. That's it. It's like a short read, and then this is just like other stuff, I guess. I don't know. And then this is other stuff. So it's a very short read. It goes all the way to page 221. That's the last page. 200. Did I say? Oh no, I put a bookmark in. Okay. I was about to be stressed out. I did not put a bookmark in. Oh my gosh, I am stressed out, but that's okay. I had literally just started chapter 2, so we're fine. Yeah, I'm really loving the classics. Like I'm really really loving them. I can see why some are banned, and like I think like clarifying, like no one is preventing anyone from going onto Amazon and buying a book, right? Like we can all buy books. By banned, we're talking about accessibility to children, but I can see why some books wouldn't be in schools, but I mean, they're pretty amazing. But I do think that there are classics out there, like a lot of classics out there that are really for adults. They're not for children. So I can understand why they would be allowed in schools. But this one's hilarious. But I also could see why it wouldn't be allowed in schools, especially more like more like Christian schools and stuff like that, because it's about a man in love with a man. So Wait, what? Yeah, like that makes sense to me. Like, so you can still buy them. They're not like banned. Like you can still buy them, but yeah, they have like a section because like they're not. Hold on. Where did I put it? It's right here. This book, Crime and Punishment by Tchaikovsky. This book is like I could see this one not being allowed for children because it is about committing the perfect murder, and it's a huge like it's like all about vengeance, and it's all about like for minds that are very impressionable. I probably would not recommend this because one, it's violent, and two, it promotes violence. So like I wouldn't give this to a teenage boy, you know. Crime and Punishment is also on my TBR. I have the Barnes and Noble Nook, and on the Nook, they have the audiobook on there for free. So I'm going to listen to the audiobook and read this at the same time. I don't know why Wizard of Oz would be banned. I would have to like look into that. But like usually a book is banned primarily because it was voted on in that community. So like just because it was banned, like just because it's marked banned, it may have only been banned in like one town. And that school board got together, the parents got together and they're like, hey, we don't want this book for our children to be accessible to our children. And so it's now a banned book. Like Harry Potter is a banned book, but you can still buy it. Like I think I don't know, it's just it's a weird conversation because people are like, why are these books being banned? Well, because we're protecting our children. And so you're very easy to like still give your child access to that. It's just not going to be available in their school or in their library, or like it's going to be in an area of a store so that the children can't go to it, you know. Oh, Wizard of Oz is? Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't read the book, so I don't know. I mean, I've seen the movie with Judy Garland, which is a fantastic movie, but I haven't read the book, so maybe it is more like grim fairy tale. But yeah, but that's why books are banned. It's just like um it's just parents are like, "Hey, for my child, I do not want this to be within easy access of them." And then enough parents got together. Yeah, I love the movie. But the conversation around banned books is, I think it's like so interesting because a lot of people are like, these books shouldn't be banned. And they're only in a public domain, are they? Like, for instance, like, yeah. So, like, for instance, it's just a public domain that they are not to be around children, impressionable minds, because we protect our kids, right? Like, that's what we do. We protect our kids and we make sure that things, like, for instance, Playboy magazine is going to be banned in schools because it's not meant for anyone under 18. And so, yeah, like, and then if you went to, I remember back in the day when I had Mr. Paperback was one of the bookstores. And in Mr. Paperback, there was a section of banned books. And but they're like adult books. Like they were like adult magazines, erotica, stuff like that. So it was in that type of a section because it was not child appropriate. So that's pretty much the extent of banned books. It's just, yeah, it's not as deep as a lot of people make it out to be. Like, you know, like it's it all goes down to people have different parenting preferences. Um, like I was reading Spectacular, which is the novella for Caraval, and the beginning couple chapters, I was like, this is so whimsy, and I would read this to my kid. And I told somebody else about that, and they're like, oh, I wouldn't read Spectacular to my child because it's too intimate. And there is a few scenes where there's like heavy kissing, but you can also just not read that part. The rest of it was like so whimsy and magical and talking about, like like snow that doesn't crunch and all this stuff, and it just was like a really cool, but it's just different parenting. Like everybody has different parenting styles, and um it's totally fine. But as a society, we have decided that children are vulnerable. We have to protect them. So that's all. It's not a big deal. You can still buy the books, which is why I always thought it was very funny when people are like, yeah, this book is banned. You can't get it. No, you can still get it. You just won't see it in a kid's library. That's all. Anyways, there's a fly that keeps landing by my computer. It's so annoying. That's another amazing, amazing quote. I love that. Oh, it's 10 a.m. Okay, Lenka, how are you doing with your thesis? I have been yapping a lot over here, so I apologize if it's been disturbing you. um, I have gotten up to page 20. I started on page 6, so I read 14 pages of this, which honestly, not a bad thing. It's going fine. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I am trying to get to page 82, which is chapter 7. So nice. I love that for you. How many articles do you have that you have to be doing this for? I bet quite a few. Wow, dang, you were reading a lot faster than me. How did you do this? I guess I yap a lot more than I think I do. Oh, okay, nice, 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 nice. Sorry, my phone keeps buzzing and I'm trying to figure out who is trying to contact me. Nice. You can do this, Lenka. I have so much faith in you. If any of us can do it, it's going to be you. She's snoring. She makes me nervous sometimes. She snores when she sleeps, and it makes me nervous when she doesn't snore. Okay. This next sprint will go until 11. My goal is to read 30 pages. I want to get to page 50. I should be happy with that. Can I do more than 50? I don't know. No, we'll try and get to 50. Here? Oh, okay. I was like, is there no chapter? No, where is chapter 4? Oh my gosh. Okay, there you go. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Is it a good book? These are small words. Small words. You know, I really like this chair, except that I slide so easily in it. It's really annoying. My neighbor's horses are out. Yes, but just like, oh, wait, yes, but like just thinking about what people had to do and go through and what was considered normal. Yeah. Lenka, English is not my first language either. Oh my gosh. Like, I swear to you, I do know how to speak English though. Yeah, English is not my first language either. But I do I am starting to enjoy the classics. I haven't like been a classics person before in my life, but I'm having a good time with it so far. I think if I did like I do like modern classics. I shouldn't say that all classics are not my cup of tea, but I do like modern classics. Like I did like Brave New World. I liked Animal Farm. I liked 1984. So I do like modern classics, but classics like Jane Austen, that one scares me. But I loved watching Pride and Prejudice. Tchaikovsky, he scares me. Also, this one is translated into English, I believe, right? Isn't it? Isn't it a Russian? Yeah. Translated. So this is translated. This is Russian. So there you go. You could always read Tchaikovsky. I also have a collection of Jane Austen. Dude, A Count of Monte Cristo, that is a life goal, but that is not a 2025 goal. I'm not, at least, getting that one down there. Yes, I have it somewhere. Oh, right here. Ta-da! This is a classic. It might be a. Is this a modern classic? Do Do we know? Is this a modern classic or is this a classic classic? 1951. Is it a classic classic? Also, what I like about it, the writing is normal. Oh, okay. So it's not a modern classic, it's a classic classic. Yeah. I mean, George Orwell, 1984, he wrote that when in like the 30s? Hold on. And I got to look it up. Ugh. When did George Orwell write 1984? The novel was completed in 1948. So, yeah. Like 34, 36, 36 years later. Thank you. I can do math. Fast math. Fast math. But, yeah. Please tell me this is not George Orwell. He is an interesting looking person. Okay. No, he is still an interesting looking person. Why does he kind of look like Walt Disney? That is George Orwell. Okay. Remember that photo. Don't forget that photo. Walt Disney. Hmm. They look similar, no? They could be brothers. I mean, they could be brothers. Birth date. Okay, let's find out when they were born. I need to know. December 5th, 1901. That's kind of cute because my birthday is December 3rd. Some birthday. George Orwell birthday. He was born in June 25th, 1903. 2 years later, the plot thickens. Did George Orwell know Walt Disney? I listen. Mm, mm, does not clear. There is no information on this. Dang. But they do look a lot alike. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Anyways, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Can you stop headbutting me, please? Thank you so much. Oops. I'm unsubscribing right now to a bunch of email people that send me emails. Like, for instance, why am I getting emails from Hot Topic? Does this look like the person who shops at Hot Topic? No. Okay. I am ready to start reading again. I will see you guys at 11. I don't know why I am talking like this, but I am, so whatever. I swear these quotes are like insane. Like, um, all influence is immoral from the scientific point of view. Because to influence a person is to give him one's own soul. He does not think his natural thoughts or burn with his natural passions. His virtues are not real to him. His sins, if there are such things as sins, are borrowed. He becomes an echo of someone else's music, an actor of a part that has not been written for him. The aim of life is self development, to realize one's nature perfectly. That is what each of us is here for. People are afraid of themselves today. They have forgotten the highest of all duties, the duty that owes to oneself. Of course, they are charitable. They feed the hungry and clothe the beggar, but their own souls starve and are naked. Courage has gone out of our race. Perhaps we never really had it. The terror of society, which is basis of morals, the terror of God, which is the correct secret, which is the secret of religion. These are the two things that govern us. Dang. Dang. It's so good. Aw, Neo. Happy baby. She is like trying to stay asleep. I think she's kind of annoyed with me, but that's okay. Dang. Henry with the quotes. Hmm. Wait, I'm gonna make a confession. I haven't made any progress in pictures of you because I can only listen on audio to audio on walks or if I wake up before the kids. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Today in the Discord channel, I'm really just gonna do like a very quick thing. Like it's not gonna be anything in depth like other weeks will. Like next Saturday, so not today, but next Saturday, we'll actually like go into the book. But like today, I think we're just gonna talk about like expectations, how we think the book's gonna be, that kind of stuff. It's not gonna be like too serious. You know what I mean? Uh, why are you waking up at 3 on Monday? That seems awful. From the girl who wakes up at 3 every day. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, fine. That makes sense. The jokes. Oh my gosh. Okay. The only difference between a caprice and a lifelong passion is that the caprice lasts a little longer. Caprice is a cheese, by the way. I understand. I get that. Like trying to make sure that you have enough things to have enough hours to enable to get things done throughout the day. My goodness, it is difficult to speak. But I get that. Like I feel like it doesn't make any sense, but time is not a thing. Like it does not exist. It is not real. Once you have kids, you realize that time is fake because I will be awake at 4 in the morning and be doing stuff all day and then nothing happened. Like nothing happened. And my husband came home, so Brian came home and he was like, "What did you do today?" And I was like, "Nothing. Like I got nothing. You just left for work 5 seconds ago. Why are you home?" And he was like, "I have been gone for 9 hours. So I don't know why you would say that." And for 9 hours, I just stayed in the bedroom. I think I moved from the bed to a chair at one point and then went back to the bed. Like, time is not real. It's just, time is not real. This man is so dramatic. When I find that I am growing old, I shall kill myself. Sir. Sir. The drama. I am jealous of everything whose beauty does not die. I am jealous of the portrait you have painted of me. Why should it keep what I must lose? Every moment that passes takes something from me and gives something to it. Oh, if it were only the other way. If the picture could change and I could be always what I am now. Why did you paint it? It will mock me someday, mock me horribly. The hot tears welled in his eyes. He tore his hand away, and flinging himself on the divan, he buried his face in the cushions as though he were praying. It's so fun to read this book. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Uh, so Basil is the painter. Okay. So Dorian Gray lifted his golden head from the pillow and with pallid face and tear-stained eyes looked at him, Basil, as Basil walked over to the deal painting table that was set beneath the high curtained window. What was he doing there? His fingers were straying about among the litter of tin tubes and dry brushes, seeking for something. Yes, it was for the long palette knife with its thin blade of light steel. He had found it at last. He was going to rip up the canvas. With a stifled sob, the lad leaped from the couch and, rushing over to Hallward, which is Basil, tore the knife out of his hand and flung it to the end of the studio. Don't, Basil, don't, he cried. It would be murder. I am glad you appreciate my work at last, Dorian, said the painter coldly. I am just having such a good time with this. Ah, this morning. You have lived since then. The mockery. Oh my gosh. I love this book. I have now gotten to page 34. Dang. She behaves as if she is beautiful. Most American women do. It is a secret of their charm. I don't know what he has against pretty people. Okay, I'm on page 38. I started chapter 3. I'm like 8 pages away from chapter 4. I do not think I'm going to get to page 82 like I had wanted, but that's all right. How are we doing with our reading? Anyone? Well, Lenka, how are you doing with your thesis? She is stirring, but like she's still not awake. She's like active sleeping, you know? 2 articles. That's okay. You can stop. It's totally fine. Glad that you made it with 18 pages with no waking up, but that is still pretty good. Is it a thick book? Like, is it like, yeah, thick? Is it big? How many pages? There we go. Oh. Oh, okay. So yeah, pretty thick. I am so tired right now. I'm a little sleepy. I'm trying to think, should I stop here, guys, and just take a little nap before we get together at 12:30 in an hour and a half? I'm just yawning away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay awake. This is a gothic horror? This is a gothic horror? I put it on me and my mom's shared Kindle account because she loves World War II books and she read it. Oh, wow. I know. They do say that you're supposed to sleep when the baby sleeps, but let me tell you something. She doesn't like to sleep when I'm about to sleep. She likes to sleep when I'm awake. She like falls asleep easiest. Like I move around a lot because that's what she wants me to do. Like she doesn't want to be stable. She wants to be moving and like all that kind of stuff. I don't know who is sleeping when babies sleep because they don't like to be in one spot. Yeah, I swear. Like trust me. They're I don't know what it is. Like they're like highly against sleeping unless you're wearing them or you're walking them or you're in a situation where you yourself cannot nap. No, don't close that book. Okay. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Do we want to go for the last hour? It's up to you guys. If you guys want to go for the last hour, I'll do it. I will be here. I will read. But if you want to like, hey, let's call it a day, I'm also okay with that. Oh my gosh. One time I had gotten her to sleep and Brian got home and he gave her a kiss and it woke her up. And I literally was like near tears. I thought I was just going to start crying. And so I handed her to him and I was like, you wake her, you take her. And he was like, what? And I was like, you wake her, you take her. And I like walked away. I like walked outside. No. Let's do one more. Let's do one more hour. Last hour. Okay. Let's go till noon. And then we'll wrap up then. You're with Lenka. Okay. Where is my other water? I had an electrolyte water. I don't know where I put it. That's okay. All right. I'm starting to read. I'm hoping to read 15 pages. We'll just read 15 pages and that'll be fine. Also, my earrings keep catching. This is the problem with curly hair. Okay. She's awake, guys. She's awake. Oh. Oh no. She's very distraught. Oh, maybe she just didn't like how I was sitting. Also very possible. Okay. I don't know what to do. Yes. All right. I think she's hungry. So I think I'm actually going to end the stream. But that's all right. We only had 40 minutes left anyways, so it's fine. But I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next Saturday. Everybody in the Discord, I will see you in an hour. So if you haven't joined the Discord, there is a link. I don't know if it's down below. It might be down below. There might be a link. I can't remember if I put it in or not. But I will see you guys later. Okay. Well, I'll see some of you in an hour. And then I'll see the rest of you if you don't join. I'll see you next week. Okay.